I never thought a simple flight could turn into one of the most infuriating days of my life. I wasn't fighting for fame or a refund. I was fighting for my son, and for something a lot rarer these days, basic decency. I recorded everything, and in the end that recording is what took down the woman who thought she could get away with anything. It started at the airport gate 47. You know that weird restless hum. Airports always have luggage wheels on tile, people pacing announcements echoing in the background. My son John and I were sitting near the window trying to stay calm before our flight. He's 20, recovering from knee surgery after a bad accident last spring. Still walks with a limp, still can't bend that leg for too long. So I paid extra to upgrade our seats front of the plane, more legroom close to the exit. The kind of upgrade you don't think twice about when it means your kid won't spend 5 hours in pain. John looked pale, scrolling through his tablet, earbuds hanging loose. He leaned over and whispered, "Dad, people keep staring." I smiled, tried to brush it off. "They're not staring, kid. Everyone's just surviving airport limbo." But out of the corner of my eye, I saw her. A woman, mid-50s, blonde curls frozen in place by a cloud of hairspray. Expensive clothes, that sharp perfume that announces someone before they even speak. She walked straight up to us like she owned the place, hand on her hip. "Excuse me," she said, her voice already sharp. "Is that an upgraded boarding pass you're holding?" I looked up confused. Yeah, it is." She smiled, but it wasn't friendly. It was the kind of smile people wear when they've already decided they're going to take something from you. Perfect. I've been trying to get an upgrade for my husband and me, but they said there weren't any left. Yet here you are, sitting with two. I nodded slowly. "That's right. I bought them yesterday." Her face tightened. "Well, maybe you can switch. My husband has long legs and a bad back. I'm sure your son can handle a regular seat." I felt John freeze beside me, his hand clenched around his tablet. I met her eyes. "Ma'am, my son's recovering from knee surgery. He needs the legroom." She raised an eyebrow, scanned John up and down. "Knee surgery? Really? He looks fine to me." That's when I felt it, the anger rising, that pulse behind your ribs that says, "Don't lose it." I took a slow breath. He's not fine, and this seat isn't up for debate. She should have walked away, but of course she didn't. She leaned in, lowering her voice like we were sharing a secret. "You know it's selfish to hold on to something you don't need. My husband has a medical condition too." "Then maybe you should have planned ahead," I said, still calm but sharper this time. Her lips twitched. She straightened, voice suddenly loud enough for half the gate to hear. "Oh, I see. You think you're special because you can afford upgrades." People looked up. John's face turned red. He whispered, "Dad, maybe we should just—" "No," I said quietly. "You sit tight." And then she called over a gate attendant. "Excuse me, there's been a mistake." The young attendant walked over, tablet in hand, polite smile, already fading as soon as she saw Lillian. Yeah, that was her name. I'd learn it soon enough, pointing at me like she was turning me in for a crime. "This man," she said, "has taken my upgraded seat." The attendant checked the tickets, looked at her screen, and said evenly, "Ma'am, your seat is 26E. That's economy." Lillian's face went pink. There must be a system error. I specifically asked for extra legroom. "I'm sorry, but that upgrade wasn't processed. His was." And then came the classic line. "Well, maybe he tricked the system. You should double-check." The attendant stayed calm, but I could see her jaw tighten. "Ma'am, everything's correct." Lillian glared at me. "People like you ruin things for others." I leaned back, smiled faintly. "No, but decency should count for something." The attendant asked her to take her seat. She huffed and stormed off, muttering something about entitled families. I thought it was over. I really did. But of course, with people like her, it never is. 20 minutes later, as boarding started, she was back talking animatedly with another attendant, pointing straight at me and John. I could feel eyes on us. I told my son, "Stay here," and walked up to the desk. "Is there a problem?" I asked. The agent looked uncomfortable. "Sir, this lady claims there's been some confusion with your upgrade." Lillian crossed her arms. "You can't just let people like him take what others deserve. People like me." That one hit different. I kept my voice low. "You might want to stop talking now." The attendant stepped in before it escalated. "Ma'am, the seat is his. Please take your assigned seat or you'll be denied boarding. That shut her up for now. I sat back down beside John. He was pale, anxious. She's not going to stop, is she? I exhaled. Probably not. But people like that? They trip over themselves eventually. When we boarded, I was just relieved to be on the plane. We found our seats row 12, extra legroom worth every cent. John sighed with relief, stretching his leg. For the first time all morning he smiled. And then, Excuse me, there's been a mistake. Lillian again. Of course. She stood in the aisle, blocking everyone holding her bag like a weapon. You again. I told you that's my seat. The flight attendant approached calm, but clearly over it. Ma'am, may I see your boarding pass? Lillian shoved it at her. You're in 22B, the attendant said. That's toward the back. That can't be right. I was promised extra legroom. The attendant gestured down the aisle. Please move so others can board. I could feel every passenger watching us now. John whispered, Dad, maybe we should just let her have it. No, I said quietly. You don't reward bad behavior. Lillian threw one last fit. This is ridiculous. I have a medical condition. The attendant sighed. Ma'am, if you'd like to discuss it further, we can step off the plane. That did it. Lillian didn't want to risk missing her flight. She stomped away to row 22, muttering the whole way down. The flight took off smoothly. For a few minutes, peace. The steady hum of the engine's city lights shrinking below us. I thought maybe, just maybe, it was done. Then I saw her again, leaning forward, talking to a flight attendant near her seat, gesturing toward me. I caught fragments, unfair treatment, felt threatened. The attendant came to our row. Sir, would you mind confirming that there wasn't an altercation earlier at the gate? I blinked. You mean the argument she started? She mentioned she felt threatened, the attendant said carefully. John gasped. What, she's lying? I lifted a hand. It's fine, I said calmly. There are cameras at the gate. You'll see. She was the one yelling. The attendant gave a small nod. Don't worry, we've had complaints about her before. She lowered her voice. Just sit tight. If she keeps it up, the captain will be informed. When she left, John whispered, She's trying to get us in trouble. Yeah, I said. Some people only feel powerful when they make others small. Dinner service came and went. The cabin dimmed, most passengers asleep. For a while I almost relaxed until I saw the flight attendant walking toward us again, expression tense. Sir, she said softly, that woman claims you've been recording her. I felt my jaw tighten. You mean the video I took at the gate when she was screaming at my son? She nodded. May I see it? I handed over my phone. She watched the clip, her face unreadable at first, then firm. You've done nothing wrong, sir. She gave it back. I'll document this. Please ignore her. From the back, Lillian shouted, You're all on his side because he paid extra. Typical. Half the plane turned to look. Someone muttered, Sit down, lady. The attendant's patience cracked. Ma'am, one more outburst and I'll have to inform the captain. Lillian sank into her seat, grumbling under her breath. John leaned close. Dad, she's really going to ruin this whole flight. I looked straight ahead. Then let her. She's digging her own hole. By the time we began descending, I was exhausted. I just wanted to get home. The seatbelt sign dinged on, but before the wheels even touched down, Lillian was up, standing in the aisle, finger pointed straight at me. I need to speak to the crew immediately, she shouted. This man has been harassing me the entire flight. Gasps, murmurs. I didn't move. The head attendant walked up, face calm but voice cold. Ma'am, several passengers have already confirmed otherwise. Please sit down. Lillian blinked, thrown off. They're lying. I met her eyes and said quietly, Maybe you should stop talking before you make things worse. Her mouth opened closed, then she dropped into her seat, red-faced. The rest of the flight landed in tense silence. When we got off the plane, I thought it was finally over. But there she was, waiting at the gate desk, arms folded, eyes blazing. There he is, she said to the two staff members. That's the man who harassed me and my family during the flight. Do something. John stopped dead beside me. You've got to be kidding. I walked up, calm but steady. Is there a problem? She spun toward me, voice trembling with fake outrage. You filmed me without permission. You insulted me. You put my safety at risk. The younger gate agent looked lost. Ma'am, please lower your voice. I pulled my phone from my jacket, unlocked it, and held it out. You might want to see this before you decide who's telling the truth. The moment the video played, her voice filled the terminal, sharp, aggressive, unmistakable. People nearby started watching. "Turn that off," she barked, lunging forward. The supervisor stepped in. "Ma'am, step back." He finished watching, then looked at her flatly. "Would you like to explain this?" she stammered. "That's out of context." He provoked me. But the crowd had seen enough. Passengers whispered. She was yelling the whole time. The dad stayed calm. The supervisor sighed. "Get security, please." Lillian went pale. "Security? What for?" "I'm the victim." He shook his head. "Ma'am, we have clear video evidence of you harassing another passenger and disrupting boarding. That violates airline policy." Two security officers walked up, calm but firm. "Ma'am, we just need to speak with you." She tried to salvage some dignity. "You people are ridiculous. I'm a paying customer." The officer didn't flinch. "And we take passenger safety seriously. Please come with us." She hesitated, then finally followed, shoulders sagging. As they led her away, she turned, voice bitter and cracking. "You think you've won, don't you? People like you always need to be the hero." I met her eyes. "No, I just wanted to fly in peace." And that was it. She was escorted out, red-faced, humiliated. A few passengers clapped quietly, not out of spite, just relief. One man near the counter muttered, "About time someone stood up to people like that." John looked up at me. "Dad, they're actually taking her away." I nodded. She did that to herself. As we walked toward baggage claim, I finally let out a long, shaky breath. I wasn't angry anymore, just tired. John asked, "How did you stay so calm through all that?" I laughed softly. I wasn't calm. I was just more patient than she was. We grabbed our luggage, ready to disappear into the crowd. A woman who'd been sitting near us on the plane approached. "Excuse me," she said gently. "You handled that beautifully. Most people would have lost it." I nodded. "Thanks. Some things aren't worth shouting over." She smiled. "Still, it's nice to see justice for once." As she walked off, John pointed toward a group of teenagers laughing near the exit. "Dad, I think you went viral before we even landed." I frowned. "What?" He tilted his phone, showing a TikTok of Lillian mid-rant at the gate, millions of views already climbing. I shook my head, half amused. Well, maybe that's the new version of karma. And you know what? It kind of was. Because sometimes you don't need to fight fire with fire. You just need to stay calm and let the truth burn on its own.